Let's get started creating our next app project. Go ahead and tap on the app button down in the bottom left corner of Swift Playgrounds to create a new app template. Then tap and hold on the name of the app to rename it. So mine says My App Copy 11. I'm going to change that. Tap and hold on it until this little pop-up menu shows up on the screen, and then tap on Rename. And then go ahead and type over the existing name. For me, that's My App Copy 11, because I already have, I guess, 10 other apps with the same name open. All right, go ahead and name your app Number Guess or Number Guesser, something like that. I'll call mine Number Guess. Then go ahead and tap Return to save that name. Okay, you can see that you've been assigned a random icon and a random color, a random accent color for your app. For me, my random accent color is red, and I received kind of like a little monitor for my random icon. Don't worry about that. We can change all of that in a few minutes. Go ahead and tap on your app to open it up. And then go ahead and tap on the sidebar icon up in the top left corner of the screen. That little icon that looks kind of like a little mini page. And now you'll notice your app says the name is My App. And you might be thinking, hey, I thought I just renamed that. You did. You need to rename your app in two different places. One out in the gallery or the folder of all of your app files. And then here in the sidebar, you also need to change the name of the app file. So tap where it says My App. And then on the little pop-up for the name of your app, go ahead and tap in there. And again, we are going to change this from My App to whatever you just named your app. So Number Guess or Number Guesser, something like that. Then go ahead and tap on Done up in the top right. And now you can change the accent color if you'd like by tapping on any of those little color choices. I'm going to leave mine as red. And you also were given a random placeholder image for your app. You can scroll through and tap on a different placeholder icon if something else seems like it fits a little bit better with guessing a number. These are all just kind of generic little app icons, so it might be hard to find the perfect one. For right now, go ahead and choose one that seems like it'll work for you. I might choose this little dialog bubble because my user is going to be making guesses. Maybe this little star one would work as well. Or perhaps this little check mark, that might work because eventually we hope that they get the right guess. Magic wand, pencil, I suppose, could work. Whatever speaks to you. I'm going to go with this, maybe this little check mark. And maybe I want to go with the green accent color just to kind of match up with the check mark. Okay, once you have named your app, you've chosen a different accent color, and you have a placeholder icon, go ahead and tap that X up in the top right corner of that pop-up menu. And then you can tap the sidebar icon up in the top left corner to close up that sidebar to give yourself a little bit more room on your screen. Okay, next you can see we've been given about 13 lines of Swift code with our app template. We are going to keep some of this code and we're going to get rid of some. So for right now, let's open up our app preview window by tapping on the icon up there toward the top right. And let's see what our app screen looks like. Okay, it has a little globe and it says Hello World. We don't really want that, so we're going to change that up a bit. Go ahead and close your app preview screen again to give yourself a little bit more space on your screen. Let's go ahead and first let's take out that globe icon. So tap right in front of line 6. You might have to tap again so that you can get this little select handle tool. And we want to take out that globe icon. The code for that is in lines 6 through 8. We can see that this image has the system name globe, and it has a large image scale, and the foreground color matches our accent color that we just chose. All right, but we don't really need that. So now that it's highlighted, let's go ahead and tap delete. All right, so now we just have a blank line number 6. We still have that text, hello world, there on our screen. We don't really need that either. So let's go ahead and change that to show our app name. All right, so first of all, let's go to line 4 and tap right behind line number 4, and let's tap return, and we'll add a comment in here. Remember, our comments start with 2 backslashes. Go ahead and put in 2 backslashes. That's going to tell Swift to just ignore whatever is on this line because this is just a comment for the programmers. All right, go ahead and type in vertical stack. Just add in some comments here in our code to remind ourselves what our code is. This next part has a V stack, a vertical stack, where we're going to organize things on our screen vertically. All right, let's also tap on line number 7. And in line number 7, let's put in another comment. Again, we need 2 backslashes. And this next chunk of code is going to be our app name. So go ahead and type app name in there. And right now we can see that the text that is going to show on the screen is a string, hello world. We don't want hello world though. We want it to say number guess or number guesser if that was the name of your app. So let's tap inside those quotation marks and let's carefully delete hello world. We're going to keep the quotation marks and let's type in the name of our app. All right, now we can tap on the app preview button and we can see hello world is gone and number guess is there. It's pretty small though and pretty plain. So let's jazz that up a little bit. Go ahead and close up your app preview button again and tap at the end of line number 8 right behind that parentheses and tap return. And let's put a comment in here. Our next chunk of code is going to be modifiers to format our text. Then we can hit return at the end of that comment. And in Swift, our modifiers are going to start with a period. So let's start off by making our font larger on the screen. So we're going to type period and then we'll start to type font. Swift is going to suggest that code snippet for us, font. That's exactly what we want. So once you see that pop up and it's highlighted in blue, go ahead and tap on return. And it gave us title size. We can open our app preview again. We can see, hey, that looks better. It's larger, but let's make it even a little bit larger. So go ahead and close your app preview. While title is still highlighted in blue there, we're going to change that to say period large title. So we can start typing large. Swift is going to pop up that code snippet for us again, suggesting a large title. That's exactly what we want. So go ahead and tap on return. And then tap behind line number 10 after the closing parentheses and tap return. Let's also make our app name bold. So type period. And then let's start typing bold. You can see on the list of code snippets that there's an option for bold. Go ahead and tap on that and then tap return. And then go ahead and tap return at the end of line 11. And let's also change the color of our app name on the screen. So again, let's type a period and we will start typing foreground style with style inside of the parentheses. Once you see that pop up on the code snippets list, go ahead and tap return to insert that code. You might see some error messages starting to pop up on the screen. It is okay. We are going to resolve that here as soon as we choose a color. So with style, shape style still highlighted in blue, let's tap a period and let's pick a color. I'm going to try blue to start with. Go ahead and tap return when that pops up. Should see your error messages resolve and leave the screen. And if I tap my app preview, hey, there is the name of our app now in blue and bold and a larger font. That looks great on the screen. You can experiment and you can try different colors if you'd like to be able to change that if you don't want yours to be blue. And you can do that simply by changing in line 12, that modifier inside of the parentheses starts with a period and then a color name in there. So maybe you would like green instead. So period green. And that would change the name of the app to green. I think I'm going to go back to blue for mine. You choose a color that you like that looks good to you on the screen. Okay, next let's add an app icon on the screen. Now we could create an app icon image and we could upload that, but let's use one of the system images in the system image library. So let's go back up to line number 6, and behind line number 6, right behind that opening curly brace, go ahead and tap behind that curly brace and then tap return. And on line number 7, let's put a comment. So we need 2 backslashes. And this next section is the code for our app icon. Once you've typed that comment, go ahead and tap return. And now we should be on line 8, a blank line. If you happen to tap somewhere else, tap back into line 8 so that your cursor is there. And we're going to insert some code for a system icon right there on line 8. To do that, we're going to tap on the system icon library right up in the top toolbar. That star with a circle around it. So tap on that to open up the library. And let's tap in the search bar and let's search for question. So let's find the system icons that have a question in them. Now some of these might not make sense if we're trying to guess a number, like the folder or a hard drive probably doesn't make sense. So let's scroll down and see what other icons there are that have a question mark. And let's find one that you like. I think I like this one with kind of a dialogue bubble that's filled in dark and has a white question mark on it. You can choose whatever system icon image you like best that has a question mark on it. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the one that kind of looks like a conversation or dialogue bubble with a question mark in it. Or the thought bubble one would be a good one as well. You choose the one that you like. All right, now you can see that inserted that code right there on my screen at line 8. Now there's an image with the system name and in quotation marks because it's the image name, question.bubble.fill. All right, awesome. Let's tap on the app preview button and let's see what that did. All right, it inserted for me a small question mark with kind of like that dialogue or conversation bubble in there, right above the app name number guess. All right, awesome. It's kind of small though on the screen and kind of plain looking. So let's go ahead and let's change that up a little bit. So I'm going to close my app preview button back up, and I want to make sure that I am behind line number 8 because I'm going to add some modifiers to format that a little bit. All right, once you are behind that closing parentheses on line number 8, go ahead and tap on return to insert a line. And let's go ahead and add a comment. So 2 backslashes. This next section of code is going to be icon formatting. So we're going to add some modifiers to format our system image that we inserted to make it larger and a little bit more colorful, maybe on our screen. All right, once you've typed that comment, go ahead and tap on return, and let's type in some modifiers. So let's start by making it bigger. So go ahead and type in a period and a font. Once you see that option popping up on the screen, you can go ahead and tap on return for that code snippet. Again, it gave us title size. Let's make it even a little bit bigger. So type in a period and large title. And once you see that code snippet pop up, you can tap return. Then let's tap behind line 10 after that closing parentheses. Let's add a couple more modifiers. So let's make it bold. So period bold. And again, when you see that code snippet pop up on your list, you can go ahead and tap return to insert that code right into your program. Okay, and then let's also tap return and let's change the color. So again, let's start with a period, and we want foreground color as our code snippet. So once you see that pop up on your code snippets, go ahead and tap return. And again, let's choose a color that you like. So I already have blue for my app name, so I think I'm going to type in period and then purple. And when I see that color pop up on my code snippets, I'll tap return. You can choose whatever color you think would look nice for the color of your icon. Go ahead and tap on your app preview button to open that up and check out the live view of your code. All right, awesome, there it is. I've got a little app icon, a little purple dialog bubble, conversation bubble with a question mark in it, and then the name of my app, number guests, right there on my screen. All right, that looks great. And the next part of this app project will declare some of the variables that we're going to use to keep track of different data in our app. And we'll also test out our random number generator to make sure that it's actually working. So check out the next video.